to Let's Talk Real Estate Investing. In this podcast, I bring you insights, experiences, and lessons from real estate investing professionals at all stages of their journey, along with industry experts who provide essential services to you to help you to succeed. Our goal is to empower you with the knowledge and strategies needed to build a personalized real estate investing plan that aligns with your unique goals. If you enjoyed this episode, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. It helps me to continue to share valuable content with you. My name is Debbie Balfour, and I'm a real estate investing professional and a real estate investing success coach. Real estate investing isn't a one-size-fits-all. Your strategy should be unique as you are. I have Martin Ouellet. Martin and I haven't connected for a little while, so it's going to be great to catch up. He's a Canadian Army veteran who spent 26 years serving around the world, and now he's taking the same discipline and he's applying it, that discipline, leadership, integrity into real estate as a realtor, a real estate investor, and a coach. So Martin leads Continuum Real Estate in Greater Kingston area. He also heads up Moving Heroes, which is just such an amazing, initiative that he started, and he will tell us more about it. It's a national initiative helping military members, veterans, and first responders connect with trustworthy real estate professionals, but it does more than that. It even supports them. So he's passionate about empowering families, building wealth the right way, and bringing mission-focused mindset to every client he serves. You're going to love this conversation. So now enough of me. I'm going to hand it over to Martin, and I'll get Martin to tell us a bit more about his journey in real estate. Over to you, Martin.
Thank you, Debbie. Thank you for having me again. Last time we spoke, I went from my military journey and explaining how I started. It starts by a first property. It starts by learning, crunching numbers, exploring rent-to-own, multifamily, BRRRR, condo conversion, condo hotel in Costa Rica, and etc. This is what I have been doing or I've done for about 10 to 12 years.
Well, you had your military career too.
Yeah, while having my military career. And we left it by having 12 duplex, triplex conversion in a year. In year 21, understanding that having done a lot of transactions on the buy side, if I had my real estate license, which I had a lot of knowledge already, I could get a commission out of my transactions when buying. So I went that route from 2019 to 21 with COVID in the middle and exams online, got my real estate license. In that first year, I had 17 friends calling me to buy for them. Drastically, they called me. I did not spend a dime in marketing. And then that really showed me that I was going to retire from the military after a fulfilling career in Kingston, being a senior instructor at the Army College. And I went to have a discussion with them and I said, I have a passion. They said, we know about it. Can we go work for you? And that's really what my colonel told me. And I put my papers for February, and the first year, including a lot of traveling around the world for 3 months in the fall, I had 37 transactions, and now we are past 60 this year. On the 5th year, a big breakthrough year on the real estate sales, but also portfolio management, improving the portfolio, increasing multifamily portfolio. And this is a bit what we're going to unpack today, that transition from the 12 BRRRR in a year, duplex focused, to now 6 to 15, 16 units, even new build right now. And with purpose, bigger than just our own gain, which is really fulfilling, energizing to move forward.
Oh, that's amazing. So some things that you just said there, I want to drill into. That a lot of people, when they first start out in real estate, they go, oh, I have no experience. However, they forget to draw on the experience that they have in their life, in their careers, etc. So tell me a bit about how you use your military values, everything that you learned through the military, and how you're applying it to your real estate business today.
I really realized that the little boy I was when I was 11 years old, 16 years old, or when I was 22 is the same person. It just got more rounded. I'm still very active. Some people say hyper. I say activity brings results. So yes, I am active. The last week has been very, very, very calendar driven for me and very packed, including a coach hockey. Imagine ask a busy person to do something and they will do it. So my life is well rounded. I retired to be able to do more of what I love the most. And this is what I do. Being mission focused. So military is mission focused. You can say like discipline, not discipline into not being able to smile. I always had a smile in my military career. I didn't change that. But the discipline in putting a plan together, resourcing the plan and taking action as per the plan. And if you don't, there's a reason for it and you adjust the next step with that change. So when I retired, I was instructing at the Army College. I said I was instructing the operational planning process, which basically you understand the overall environment you need to work within. You understand all the actors in it. Some are neutral, some are on your side, some are adversaries, competition, or whatever. Business brings the same thing. You're not going to shoot somebody because they are your competitors, but you're going to try to tackle the market and tackle the same clientele or collaborate for better gains. So I have learned a lot that by collaborating, even with your own competitor, you can really get more results.
So make those enemies into allies.
They have something they want. You have something you would like to achieve. If you can cohabitate, if you can collaborate, there's enough business for everybody and there's too much for one person to chew. So understanding where you sit, and that includes and involves knowing your niche, knowing yourself, and knowing what you want to do more. And then you can let the other person operate in the other areas of operations, if you can use military terms. And it's fine because the community, clients, other businesses need the competition to provide a complementary or same service, but there's enough for everybody. So that competitive drive of sports, I have my real estate t-shirt, is a contact sport. Not saying I'm going to body check you in the board as hockey. It's more about having conversations and finding the right fit. And when you find the right project for the right people and you have a good network of ambassadors and problem solvers, welcome to real estate. So this is a bit that what I get from the military, and I transposed in my business since 2008, transitioning full-time in 21 or 22.
Excellent. Yeah, I love that. It is something that I look to myself, is every person that I speak to, even if they're a competitor, people will call me up and go, I want to connect. And I'll look and I go, oh, well, we're in the same area. But then then we chat about, what are they doing? What am I doing? And how can we help each other? Because it could be our ideal clients are different. It could be that, we're taking a smaller part, a smaller focus, a different focus. So I really love that part of, that collaboration.
If you respect your competitors, they may become your partners in the future. Because when something will be too big, this is how we bought I had bought a 15 units, and 2 months later, the same month, actually, I was closing on my 15 units. A colleague of mine, other realtor, investor, had secured a 16 unit and asked me if I could join because we raised funds. And I basically became the fundraiser of that project. I only stepped in the building 3 times in my whole life. It's been 3 years and it's $1 million worth more now today. But because of respect, collaboration, values, common objectives, and we're very different people, but we have a project that helped a few investors and us to increase the portfolio. When at first you could say, yeah, but you guys are doing the same thing. Agents and investors, but I said, yeah, but together we're stronger and we're doing this. So on top of gaining on that project, we're, I think, telling everybody around us, hey, look, if we are doing it and we're like pure competitor from a qualification standpoint, there's no limit for you. So I think it speaks volume.
Yeah, I love that. So tell me a bit about, you alluded to the last time we talked, you were doing BRRRRs and portfolio management. So how has, what's your current activities look like, and what's your, and how does it align with your long-term investment goals?
Super. So I was, when I did all those duplexes and triplexes, we basically built, if we do the quick maths, it was in 21, we were buying a property for around $400,000. Doesn't matter, but it's just the relativity that is important. We will put between 30 and 100 something thousand dollars in it. It will be worth 550, and then we will refinance it, refinance, and then repeat with something else. Now, the market gave us a little bit of a boost in 22, but forget 22. Still, those properties are worth minimum 650 today. So from a cost of, let's say 500 to make it a round number, still 150 in each of these properties in equity today in value. So the next step then was to refinance all of them, first and second mortgage, depending, with RSP or other things, and go and buy those larger multifamilies, which we've done. So now we've bought 3 major buildings in the last 2 in 22 and 1 this spring. And now we are building a 16 units. And I'm looking, as right after this recording, I'm looking at a 20 mixed to continue renting and convert some offices into residential. So we just went bigger, but the root of it, or the seed capital, comes from that core of properties. Some we sold, some I refinanced, some I sold to my own clients because they were looking for a specific product. And I said, I do have this product right here. And we will sell it at fair market value, appraised, and I will help those investors cash flowing on day one, and then have their first property. And then we even have the full extended team. You know, a few people, you know, Andre Denome, he's got an amazing property management company. So when I have clients that buy a property, I propose Andre as a property manager, and he does even more than that. He can help you with renovations and all the home services. So the network we've built, and he's a veteran too, and the trust we've built, we really leverage everybody's skills to help people. We had a photo taken this week, I posted it, of 4 veterans on the site. Me as a realtor, a gentleman as Wisecrack for foundation, an electrician, David, and Andre as project manager in renovations. 4 veterans, due diligence on the property, and we took a nice photo. I don't know if you saw it, but it was kind of, hey, let's take a photo together. And we're finally our Army, Navy, Air Force backgrounds, and we all got together as one force. So that's kind of just to show that when you hang out with the right people, like, things happen. So that's a bit where we are right now. We are in a larger multifamily, and I helped people start either mimicking what I did or going small, or some people want to raise funds and then we go into larger properties. So I have clients from want to buy a house to rent maybe in the future, to buy a duplex, to convert, to buy a 6 or 20 units. The full spectrum is being served right now.
I love, Martin, too, what you do around the niching. So many people wants to help everybody. So they try to talk to everybody and they speak to no one. You know that you're from the military. You have that relatability with military. You have that passion still to help people, first responders and the military. So you've niched it and you've really built your marketing around the military. But as we chatted before this podcast, it doesn't mean that you're only helping military people. Other people are coming to you, so you're available to help others. But because you have that niche, that area that you're concentrating on, it's really, and you're getting a lot of those people in there. I love it. That's it. Yes. And even your partners now, as you just mentioned, are all military. Yeah. So that niching really does help, especially when you're first starting out and you're building something. Having that niche where you can relate to everyone, they can relate to you, and then if other people come along, like you mentioned, your community now is now reaching out to you, but at least that it gives you that's your warmer market that you're going to. I mean,
if you want to start a business, you can start with big marketing and engage into a lot of general awareness in marketing. That's going to cost you a lot of money to be on a billboard. You can spend $50,000 and you're not connecting with people. It's only awareness. Mm-hmm. And I've been, I have a background in marketing, and I did my MBA in marketing, and now I'm teaching marketing. Yes, me or not, a busy person, with missionentrepreneur.ca. If you are a veteran, you can look at that and get a business planning certificate, a business certificate from Ottawa U, and I'm teaching business growth. And I'm doing this because I had to do it for myself. I was teaching it at the Investors and Citizen in Marketing Club in Kingston. And a colleague of mine from my MBA professor or teacher ask, hey, we're doing this. I'm in. So the first thing we tell people, what's your story? Where are you coming from? So people that trust you or people you have an experience with. And so my hockey team calls me, Marty, I want you to list my house. I said, you are in such city. I said, it doesn't matter. I know you're going to play as hard selling my house as you play hockey with me. And we sold his house for a ton of money more in the first weekend, holding offers. And I changed their life. I helped them. So he wanted me because he knew my values and my discipline and how much I will care about selling his house. So you can say, know who you are so that you can project it to people, show you care and just care and it will show. Okay. You don't need to fake it. Just be it. And then know your stuff, like study, analyze deals and stuff. So either you're going to buy or sell for investment or you're going to buy or sell your home for your family. It's a real estate transaction where you can make a good decision, a fair decision, or a bad decision. So that I helped a person in Kingston or Brockville or Trenton upgrade or move, downsize or upgrade, or an investor or a first responder locally. It's the same principles of trying to get people a better life via a real estate transaction, which means improving their quality, their portfolio, their wealth, their family future. Because somebody owning a house all their life, they've built a future. Just owning a house. Now we realize quickly on this forum that if you own a few more and you have tenants pay for part of the bills or a car wash or anything you want, a storage or whatever you want, that's going to build faster wealth. Well, we're doing that now, and we're helping people getting to the first home, or even more with moving heroes, get off the street and get into housing, and then maybe become a buyer a little. But we're going to tackle this a bit later today.
So well, let's move right into it. Tell me, you've just mentioned Moving Heroes. Now tell our audience more about what is Moving Heroes.
Moving Heroes is in 22. I stood it up and I was looking for something to make a difference larger than myself. You remember I said I made commissions in 21 and I made commissions in 22 from real estate as a real estate agent. That was additional income that I could have bought a big boat. I didn't buy a boat. I made a difference in my community. We helped out. Of course, we improve our life. Okay. But I was already doing that for a long time, helping my community through financial donations. And we did more of that. And when you do that and you see the impact really locally and a direct impact, it's energizing. So I said, how can I do more? So I stood up a network, informal at the time because I didn't have my trademark, of military and military spouse and veterans agents that I could refer a client to buy or sell anywhere in the country. Of course, I didn't have all the cities when I started, but Ottawa, Petawawa, Quebec City, New Brunswick, Edmonton, BC, name it. Now we have 30 plus agents, heavily veterans and military spouse, or people that have served, first responders, or understand frequent moves and the system and the compensations around it, to affiliate to Moving Heroes, which is now trademarked under the US, movingheroes.ca, movingheroes.com. And when I refer a client, that agent, as per normal business, sends me a referral percentage of the commission. They accept to give 5% more than what we used to call standard. And we take half of that and we give it back. Half of it locally to that agent in their community and half of it at the headquarters in Kingston to make good out of it. Now, the good out of it is we support youth, we support people in need of housing. And the big artifact, if you go to movingheroes.ca on the housing projects, we're right now building east of Kingston in a town called Gananoque, 16-unit multifamily, all accessible, visitable, with ramps on each side, 2-story, 16 units with subsidized housing for potentially serving members in difficulty, but focused on veterans, first responders, veterans, and peace officers. Anybody that had a uniform, and we call our heroes, would have a first access to a subsidized housing. Now, the subsidized housing comes from what I was doing before as an individual, comes from the network of Moving Heroes, and even business sponsors that have that cause close to heart and can sponsor a unit. So now we're doing it via other charities or non-charitable, but we are in the process of creating Moving Heroes Foundation with CRA to have it stood up, and then we can receive the donations. And we have a Moving Heroes volunteer core that we're standing up. Just by examples of going to clean up like headstones at the cemetery for the military last month, many people reached out to say, Martin, how can I do? How can I help? And just thinking about it again, just growing step by step, 1% each day, decided to create the volunteer core. So you see, we go from having a property to growing to wanting to make a difference. And the values we had, or I had, but we say we because my wife, my spouse, my family, my collaborators, we share those values. We make more, and it just emulates, and it just pushes us to further, closer to achieve what we really want to do. Everybody have a better life, but if it includes those that really need it.
So it's a win-win when you're looking, like you're showing how with your real estate investing, you can also give back to society. It's like investing with a purpose.
If you have a work and a job and an income or a pension after it, and you invest into properties, and I have the realtor income, I have the investment income, could be for properties or other source of investment. And then we have a network of people that brings money and a charity to raise funds. All of these are just different ways to bring financial means to the needs. And we decided to find the needs, find the means, and put them together. And then we'll see how we evolve next year when we inaugurate the building. We had a lot of politicians and a lot of people at the breaking ground. And then let's see what happens at the end of the summer 26 with the new building, which is the flagship or the first one of that. And then we want to duplicate that model to other cities and offer more subsidized housing and change the way people think about real estate. Like it has to be just me. No, it's us. And then there are grants that can come from different areas, and you'd be surprised how you can grow your portfolio with having that charity leg or charity arm to make a difference locally.
Yeah, that sounds great. That's amazing. I've known you, I think, for about 6 years now. I love watching your journey and how you've progressed. It's been amazing. You were still in the military when we first met, so I think it's wonderful. What's your plan for the future, looking ahead?
Well, we continue to grow the local team of agents in Kingston, and we continue to grow the Moving Heroes network of agents across the country. I've talked to probably, 50 agents so far. Some is a timing thing or whatever, but now we have 30 plus affiliated, which means they really agree to be an ambassador of Moving Heroes, and they become a referral partner from a business perspective for all the network of agents. So it's really a bonus for them. And if you are an agent out there that is close to first responders and military, go have a look. Even healthcare, we provide a leg to healthcare professionals. So imagine how we tap into the hospitals and become the relocation group to go to for their staff to buy and sell. So we're creating that ecosystem around Moving Heroes to grow how we can help people buy and sell and relocate. And then those proceeds will help build those multifamily properties across the country and more, potentially collaborate and sponsor service dogs. For each few houses we sell, we can sponsor a dog. Imagine the difference it makes for people. So because of what we're doing and we're vocal about it, I'm getting phone calls from friends that end up to be in charge of those organizations. And let's do it. Let's find a way. So that's from a Moving Heroes perspective and a real estate sales perspective. From an investment portfolio, I am, we have done a lot in 2020. Which year are we right now? 25. So I'm in big refinancing. I have, I think, 6 properties aligned for refinancing right now, one after the other. 2, I've been waiting for the lender to process. And as soon as they have this file open, I have refinancing aligned until September next year of all those smaller properties. The larger, medium-sized properties, now we're continuing the good work of having tenant turnover, fixing the property with a few $1,000s. We bring them to the wow effect. So quartz countertop, quality, and I'm changing more and more the population of the buildings to bring that to a high-end building, doing the outside grading work and improving the overall look and feel of the property. When you have more than 60 to 70% of the building turnover, it's a good time to start improving around the building, so inside and outside. And I'm improving those properties a lot. One that we just bought in April, now we have tenants leaving because they're buying houses and etc. So it's good on all the aspects. Now we're converting some 3 bedrooms into 1 bedrooms because of the demand that we have in this area in Kingston. So I'm doing this right now, submission to the city. And I was saying, I'm going right after that, that's the confidential file here that I'm going at 2:30 to do due diligence with sellers, directly meeting with them in town on a larger project to improve, convert a longer term BRRRR potentially. So I'm always analyzing deals, looking for opportunities, because I do have clients that are looking for what looks and smells like that. And by going and do my due diligence, then I can go back to these clients and say, these are the numbers, this is my analysis. Does that fit your buy box? We call it a buy box. And if it fits the buy box, then they go into their own due diligence. They may be offering themselves, or they may ask me to help them with creating a group to invest. I could be part of it. Whatever needs to be done to help people move forward with those opportunities. And this one has been looking at it for months, and I was number 2, and then the other people walked away or did not continue, the other buyers, potential buyers. And then I've been in touch with the sellers, and we're meeting again. So this is a bit the continuity of putting love out there, analyzing deals, putting action, and then getting the love back. So it's a big love cycle. If I can use that term without having people think I'm freak or I am, it's okay. Just assume it. But when you put good actions out there, put love out there, the good way, and you know what actions to take, sometimes it's going to come back in a way you don't even know about. This is a bit what's been happening to us for the last 15 years and more focused in Kingston since 2018. And it's been only 7 years. And it's incredible when we look at what has been built by the network. And when I meet the parents of my contractors now, because we're closer friends, and they say, hey, when I talk to this person, it's always your name that pops up. When I said, I'm very proud of everybody, and you can see we elevate each other's, and everybody is growing their businesses. I talked about Andre, but there's other people too, to the next level because of us together. And that's powerful.
Definitely. So, Martin, how can others help you? Who are you looking to connect with? Let's talk from real estate perspective first, and then we'll talk about moving here from your realtor perspective. But from a real estate investing perspective, who are your ideal clients? Who are you looking to connect and partner with?
Yeah. You asked a question in a way, like, who do I need or want? I'm more of a giver. So I don't really need something personally, but who I'd like to connect and bring value. Anybody that wants to do business between Quinte West and Brockville in real estate, we can help. It could be from prospecting. It could be, we also have the Kingston Investors Club. So if you want to attend free sessions and meet a network of people that are like-minded, you can go on Facebook, Kingston Investors Club. We have a group and a page. Like the page, join the group, click on Facebook group and pages, and you can attend. It's in person because we want to create that synergy in person. There's enough groups that go online. We don't want to be another one of those online groups. Once a month, third Wednesday of the month, usually. Actually, we have one this week, and we're discussing about automation with AI to save a lot of steps. And what will you do if you would save 15 hours a week because of tools that AI of software can bring to you right now? Mm-hmm. And Debbie, you're very strong into this, booking your show, you're using it, summarizing and everything.
Even ChatGPT all day long, practically.
Yes, you can even take a file. You take this file, you download to ChatGPT, and you ask them ROI questions about the deal, and ChatGPT will give you a good enough answer to know if it's go or no go. And of course, verify everything, because it's not science. It's computing what it perceives from the data. But you can use professional version, of course, ChatGPT for many areas of the business. So I'm willing to help those people. I want to step into real estate through actions, either at the club or via showing them properties and helping them crunch numbers. I'm into action. I'm a coach to coach you to the next purchase. I'm not going to be a coach to meet you each Tuesday night to see where you're going. My life is too busy for that. But if you are serious about taking the next step to buy or sell, I am totally available to help you on that problem. So it's free coaching because the proceeds of the commission is basically the reward that I get from doing this.
Excellent.
It brings a new aspect to coaching. It's basically coaching through actions to buy and sell.
So the people go in investor aware.
Exactly. And if you want to attend, no strings attached, the Kingston Investors Club as a group will provide you the network, the environment, the mindset, the skills to grow. So there's the personalized with me. If you really want to take action on that, Of course, I can give overall coaching and sessions, and we can have that introductory meeting for an hour or two, but I'm not the person that wants to sell you a coaching course and take you on each week. There's other very good people and friends that do that, and I will leave that to them. And then when you're ready, you come to me, and then we can take action locally. That's a bit of where I draw the line for the use of my time.
I love that. That's great. And from investors looking, so it may be, say, BC, like investing in BC is crazy right now, especially in the Vancouver area. So, but Kingston is so much more affordable and more cash flow positive, etc. Will you be able to support and people from someone like myself from BC that might be looking to invest in Kingston?
Yes. The example, I'm going to see our sellers this afternoon. Who is the buyer? I don't know yet. Okay. Mm-hmm. It could be me or a buyer only. But a buyer that comes with me under BRA, so buyer representation agreement, will get the first choice to say, I want to do something. Not everybody can do things alone, especially when it's a larger size. So I can become a partner for raising funds or due diligence or local expertise. So I do not have a specific package for that. We will make it happen depending on your own will and your own interest. Of course, if you come with no funds, no credit, and no expertise, and you want to invest out of town, I would suggest you probably start where you can bring one of the 4 ingredients. You can bring the deal, you can bring the team, you can bring the money or the credit. That's probably, you need to bring one of those 4 things to the table to start having a conversation that will bring a result. If you don't have any of those, then you need to start to build your network to bring one of those 4 elements, which is basically how most investors start in real estate.
That's awesome. Yeah. I know that too, you collaborate with Andre, as you mentioned, so that if someone is out of town, between you and Andre, you could help support them.
Yes.
By being that team. That's,
you could really buy a property in the area here, like more than Kingston. You can buy a property from Quinte West to east of Kingston, coming in to feel good about it or not coming at all, and you could probably buy a property and have all managed at distance, and it's feasible. I always recommend to go see a property if you're starting and be involved a bit more, because the learning comes from fixing or solving problems. So if you delegate everything and don't get involved, it's difficult to learn as much. But you can start with a property manager and then learn from the good practices, but you need to ask to be kept in the loop a bit more.
To be more on the managing side and
exactly.
more involved in decision making.
Personally, I can help throughout by bringing the right experts at different stages. Of course, my professional involvement, where I am liable for it, will be on the buy to closing and the sales side. But I got people, my phone rings each day. I got 2 people yesterday. Can you come and see and tell us how much our property can sell when spring comes? 2 listings sold this weekend, buyers showing today. This is the tempo. When people recognize value, the phone rings. So I answer the call, and I provide the service with an acronym called CARE, C-A-R-E. So commitment. As you know me, I'm quite committed. So I'm there to tell you, to give you what you need, because you told me what you needed. So I'm listening to what you need. Maybe you don't want what I'm telling you, but when you need it, I'm telling you, you asked me to tell you what you needed. This is what it is. The R of CARE is responsiveness. So if you text me and I'm not responding right away, it's because I'm with Debbie on a podcast or I'm sleeping. Seriously, I respond quite quick, and Debbie can testify. And the E is very important. It's for empowerment. So each time I send an email to somebody or I put a social media post, me writing this is part of me creating my niche and me sharing my values. And I have to obey by what I write. So it helps me obey by it and reinforces my beliefs. And it helps my clients and the people I talk to understand who they deal with. So that's part of the branding and the niche. So having that clarity of mind. My mission is so clear, helping people build wealth via real estate and change people's life around them. And this is why Consumer Real Estate Group was stood up in 2010. To help families and friends improve their lives via real estate. And then it has evolved to that big ecosystem. And then we have initiatives like Mission Entrepreneur, teaching growth and marketing, Kingston Investors Club, Kingston Sales and Marketing Club, which I am the co-chair, Moving Heroes across Canada. I'm Director General and local team lead for my team of realtors. All of it is all to help people have a better life via real estate.
From a Moving Heroes perspective, Martin, are there any gaps right now where you would love to have more, more agents or within Canada? Are there any specific areas that you would love to see, a few agents that's missing?
Really like the question. I've got most of Canada covered. I'm a bit weaker in the west, in the prairies. I got a very solid person in Edmonton. Thank you, Pat. But I'm missing areas like the military bases around. But I'm missing Winnipeg. I'm missing Calgary. I'm missing Moose Jaw and Cold Lake. Okay, so you see the Air Force bases in the west. So somebody in the west of Canada that would be interested or know a realtor that is serving first responders or has the cause close to heart, feel free to reach out. We have, for example, a footprint of 6 realtors in Ottawa, and we have a footprint of 3 in Montreal, and we have a footprint of 3 or 4 in Quebec City. So when you look at the size of the cities, we're trying to have that ratio of 1 agent for 100-something thousand people. So there's room for growth, like a city like Ottawa, Vancouver. There's room for growth because as we go more and not just military core, we go to healthcare, we go to psychologists, psychotherapists, all the people that support health, and we become the realtor of choice. The market share to serve there is so big that we can probably welcome another 10 agents per city. But we're starting to what we're strong, what we're good at, and improving processes and having ambassadors to share their work. But yes, there's room for any city, for any realtor that is in relations with healthcare service and or military first responders, peace officers.
Great. So just to wrap up, as you've been doing, real estate investing for quite a while now, what would be your top advice for someone that's a new investor, a novice investor?
I took a few notes of it because I have to think about it. Because you need to go back to basics. And I think, and I touched it a little bit, and it's a sentence that is strong in my leadership, is clarity is power. So clarity is power. What do I mean by that? When you're younger, you don't know who you are too much. You don't know what you prefer. You don't know your interests, your strengths. And as you experiment things, you get to know those strengths. You know those areas where when I talk about it, oh my God, look at me. Like I'm all like my body is leaning forward. And you see, you feel the energy right now. It's going to change the world because Moving Heroes is there to grow and make a difference. And imagine when we start referring buyers and sellers in the US and bring that money back to help more and more people they need, how the market share is tremendously not unlimited, but we're going to have so much to do. So I'm just showing you here that I discover my passion, my strength, and that's what makes me powerful. So if you're starting, you go to a meeting and you're sitting like that, and you don't have clarity, what you need to do is to start to surround yourself with the right people and start to be educated. It does not mean pay a $35,000 real estate course. It means start analyzing or looking at the different approaches to real estate, people that have a journey that is similar to what you'd like to achieve, or if you don't know, ask them, what is the secret of your success? What have you done to get that? And interview 30 people about what they did to get where they are. And then you're going to find somebody that you're going to feel the energy. It's a feeling, okay? People make decisions based on feelings, not just numbers. Numbers is there to tell you decide or not, on that specific deal, not to move forward to look at deals. You need to have that inner energy. So I think if you seek for clarity by attending different things, reading different books, and you see my shelves, I have only a few books on that shelf here, but those are the must books for my own kids, my adult kids. If they read that, they're set. And I just go around here, okay? The Diary of a CEO, okay? The Awakeness of a Giant, okay? The Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Real Top Producer from Christo Pite, The One Thing, The Millionaire Real Estate Agent, and then we can go into Priorities to Priorities in French. I'm translating How to Make Friends and Influence People. So these are, I just read a few that I could see right now, but those books, they're foundational books. And I had to pay for these books on paper in 2000, almost for free online. Okay. So I will start there. Do some reading for the mindset, surround yourself with your local investors group, and seek for clarity through education and and number crunching. And then once you become good at this, you'll be able to bring a deal to the table. And when you bring a deal to the table, investors and money will follow. And then your journey is started. Okay, so I'm going to stop it there, but it's something that is easy to do, but not easy to start. So you need to have a discipline in your phone and calendar to say, I'm doing this that day, I'm reading that book, and this becomes your routine for moving forward. And you are doing the action. If not, if it's not in your calendar, it does not exist. Another key sentence.
Yep. What doesn't get scheduled doesn't get done.
Exactly.
I find that since in my corporate life, I've known that. So definitely. Thank you so much, Martin. You are a wealth of knowledge. You're also an inspiration of how you can, both invest and better your life, but give back to your community and help others live a better life. So thank you for all that you do. Thank you for your service in the past and the service that you continue to do with the military and all of our heroes in uniform. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for being new and sharing what people do around, because it does make a difference to have a platform to expose, especially people, and be inspired. Like if I can only inspire one person today, mission accomplished. To be, that's your passion, and that's your strength to bring the right people and help people connect. So thank you for that.
My pleasure, Martin. And so to all those out there, have a wonderful day. Live your life with passion and understand what you want, how you want to change the world. And you can do it one baby step at a time. Saying goodbye from Let's Talk Real Estate Investing from both Martin and I.